What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a Friday night stream. It seems like something might be broken in the back of the stream, but for right now it's working. Let me just go in and have a little bit of a look and see if we can see what is actually going on. It looks like this guy here. Should all good. Should all be good. Just is what it is. That's fine. We're broadcasting. Sounds good. Everything seems fine. Just I had liked the stream and it didn't update. No stress though. No stress. Let's get this keyboard out of here. Today I've played around with the camera setup, the cabling, etc. So hopefully things are a little bit better than last time. But we will only find out as we continue on tonight. I also bought my 3D print, my big 3D printer, into the shop today. And printed a ton of stuff. It's just so nice to have it here. And just get those little brackets and little bits and bobs sorted. Okay, that's the first thing. My stream deck isn't working. Which it was like 5 minutes ago. I don't understand why like everything's working fine and then all of a sudden it's not. There we go. Cool, cool. Where are you guys? So I finally printed a new bracket for my welding prop today, along with I printed a bracket for the stream deck over here instead of just sitting it precariously. And some other things. Oh, I made a whole new, right here. I reprinted the camera mount. Well, how can I show you? Right there. I couldn't get the lid to seal properly, but it didn't even have a lid before, so we're way ahead of the curve. G'day, Chris. Welcome to the stream. And I also went and changed out all my lenses, and I changed my little sweatband. I gave my helmet a little bit of a once-over. And you'll see shortly, the picture quality has really improved. It was time well spent. I've been avoiding it, even though it's been needed to be done for ages, because I didn't want to frig around with removing the camera. Took a minute and laser cut some double-sided, is it UHB tape to stick the camera in instead of the blue tack that I had in there previously. Just some quality of life improvements for the back end of the stream. On top of that, I managed to get this S14 catch can together. Had some customers come through and work through some custom jobs for some people, and you can't see it, but the car that I've got in here, I actually made a really good bit of progress on that too. It's just been a really productive day today. G'day Chris. I did say hello before, but it was just a reaction to the notification going off. We've had an awesome week, man. Can't get these jammy handprints off. These actually aren't my handprints. This is some more of the, I keep wanting to say the last of, but some more of, we got laser cut parts. So all these panels laser cut. We've got one panel on the bottom here, which you can see is duller than the rest, that is tumbled. But yeah, none of these fingerprints are mine. How crazy is that? They've all just come from the parts that that the laser cutter has presented. I can't actually wipe them off at all. It's very interesting. So I haven't welded one of these for a very long time. I did a batch, actually, I think I had Rob from Streamline do the last batch. I think he welded 5 or 10 of these. And every time I've needed one, I've had one pre-welded. Apart from, I think I did a couple of custom variations, but they technically don't count. But I don't remember the last time I actually welded one of these. These are a bit of a tricky part, which I think the last one, we might have done it on stream. I made it upside down, so it was flipped, so it fit in the other side of the engine bay. But this panel at the bottom here is always a bit troublesome, where it goes to these really tight or sharp points, and they're all individual panels. We'll figure it out. Yeah, man, I've been having an awesome day. Thanks for asking. Just busy, but had a couple of customers come through the shop, which is super unusual and also welcomed. To actually be able to have a bit of a chat. And it was really nice just to have a look at people's cars and try and solve some problems and whatnot. Really cool. So I don't actually know where to start on this this catch can. I definitely think I want to seal up this this point, but I just need to pick a seam to get a bit of heat into this thing before we go ahead and start welding. And I might actually do the very back of the part. And this seam here is one that you will never ever see in the car. Not that I'm expecting it to be a bad weld, but just while we figure it out. So we'll jump into the machine, hopefully. And we'll get into profile number 1 here, which is our straight current profile. Auto on the pre-flow and post-flow. No pulse and straight current. I didn't save any of the settings that we changed last night, so we're back to our tried and tested settings. So it's starting to figure out how this little streaming station / welding table goes together. I literally just posted a Instagram story of the little understairs. I call it the little Harry Potter nook, but it's actually becoming quite a nice little space. So that before I get started, I've got absolutely no tungsten in the torch here. I sharpened a whole bunch today, but I've taken the sharpener off the table, and I was thinking I have this little guy that slots in the side. I was actually thinking about making a little table mount for it, so I could basically fill it and empty it over at the sharpener. What I've just done now is not the solution, but it's a start. I'm going to keep the tungsten sharp to start with. This is a 2% serrated. I don't know if I'll get that into focus at all. There we go. Just sharpen to a point, and we will ball that after we weld the filter basket in, if it needs it. But hopefully, when I was testing, the welder camera just looks so crisp. Hopefully, it'll look like that for you guys as well. how are we doing for having the camera lined up? That is one thing that I did not look at. Looks like we're fairly close. Fairly close. Weld looks fantastic. Even though we did not bowl that tungsten, it looks really, really good. Look good. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, while I was welding, I'm thinking, I don't think I took the time to adjust it. I know I did in the model, so I should be able to, should be as simple as sticking the 3D printed thing in, and it should be lined up, which hopefully it's not too far off. I don't have blue tack anymore, so I don't have that fine, that fine little tweaking that I could do before. Close to center. Yeah, so I can digitally move it around, but if it's close enough, we'll try tweaking it up if it's out of frame. So now we are going to jump into the pulse setting. So which is setting number 3 for me. Auto on the pre-flow and post-flow. It is a 0.833 second pulse, 45% on time. All the other parameters are the same. A bit of glare on that screen, isn't there? I think that's a focal thing. And I think we're on 110 max amps. But we'll get around this filter basket. This one here should be, I might just put an extra tack just down here, just to stop any warping around that hole there, and we should be good just to power this thing in. All right, traveled around there pretty well. I almost feel like maybe we might increase the on time on that. It's sort of hard to say what's really needed. It's just like a little bit inconsistent. Which maybe the on time, the pulse time would probably help, but I like traveling quicker around there to try and prevent the warping. But I might try on the next one increasing the on time and just seeing how that goes. Nice easy one to get around there. I don't know, this just having that little bit of extra height on the tank feels quite nice. I definitely made an error with the ISO on this camera. It's quite dark. It looks good in testing, but it doesn't look good in real life. So we're going to get in here and try and join all these little sharp points together here. Where are you guys? Here. So all of these sharp points just are going to want to disappear, especially with that big hole there. So we'll try and seal all that up and get some fusion welds down these really sharp ones and get to this seam, which I really don't want to do. But I definitely don't want to do that on the pulse setting, so we'll jump up here to profile number 1, back to our straight current setting. Alright, so all fusion welded there, should be good to move along it. Might be worth... I don't think I will actually. I think I might just put some tacks on these little seams here, this corner and this little fold. And then we'll go ahead and weld this inside seam, and I think I'll do that on a pulse setting today. We'll jump into the pulse setting, profile number 3 for me. Same parameters as before. I'm not going to change anything on this one, we're just going to go for it. And a little bit of an uphill downhill situation, but we'll travel down here and then we'll come back and reposition the part shortly. So that looks pretty good there. Hard to get the right lighting on that. Not too bad. So same settings, and then we'll continue uphill. I might try just leveling this part out a little. Zoom you guys back out. And hopefully we might have to do one reposition across there. That turned out pretty nice. It's a difficult one for me. I don't particularly like this seam. I've tried really hard with the fit up of it. If we can get this camera to focus. I don't know what it wants to focus on right now. But looks pretty good. Really hard. There's just a lot of angles happening here, so folding this panel up this way, it really wants to, in the, I guess what I'm trying to say, in the digital drawing, it wants this cut to be on an angle, like on a bevel or a chamfer, but it doesn't work that way, so it comes out straight, and it usually steps over quite high, but this is the best one I feel like I've ever done. Really happy with that. Really happy with that. We'll just continue. I think while the part is in this position, I might just knock him down a fraction. And while everything looks like it's in the right spot for doing this, we'll continue on. Thank you, Chris. We'll go back to setting number 1, so straight current setting. And let's go. Looks fantastic, nice and shiny. It was a little bit of a bad angle for me going up the hill there, but all in all, it worked out really nicely. I'll just flip this guy back. Try and flatten him out. Get the chill block on the top for these ones. Now let's start across the back here. Felt really nice. Everything feels really good tonight, actually. Travelled across the back there pretty well. Nothing major going on back there on the inside or the outside of the tank. Starting to get a bit of heat into the part now. Chill block's still nice and cool, so just slamming a bit of heat in there. That bead looks like a really nice width. Just you can see it's getting a little bit hot towards the end. Just loses a bit of its shine there. Probably a little bit heavy on the foot pedal as well, but we'll just keep traveling. I think it'll be fine. Looks fine, yeah, just nitpicking for the sake of the stream, Chris. It's not, nothing to worry about, but just nice to point out these minor flaws and try and sort of figure out why they happen. Really good. I backed off the current a little bit there. I wonder if we can actually see that in the machine. It's probably the same. So yeah, so 3 seconds, 40 seconds, and then a minute 15. Yeah, so a little bit lighter on the amps there. I don't know if you can see that actually. I think that camera needs tuning for the focus. Let's just do that because it will improve things ultimately. Jump in here and configure the video. See if we can rejig focus. I might even turn the brightness down a little bit and then retune the focus. The window it gives me to preview that is tiny. No, that's not that much better. Let's get in there. Is that blurry for you? It looks super blurry on my preview screen. Configure video. Can I move this out the way? Yes, I can. Okay. Let's do that. You can definitely make out the numbers. That's probably better, but you get the that's the best compromise, I think. That is the best compromise. Not too bad. Yeah, it feels like, I mean, it's as good as it's going to be for what it is. But yeah, 65 amps on that long front straight here. Yeah, I'll try lifting that cover up. So 65 amps across the front here and 69 across there where we've got a bit of discoloration. But really happy with how that's going. Chill block still feels fantastic. We'll just swing back here. So if I leave the cover up, it's about the same. Little bit of distortion. It's hard to tune that camera up. I think I could probably change the resolution on it, but it may require me to restart the stream. So I'll hold off on that for now. Look at where we're at with the machine though. We're at 1,115 hours of on time, and we've cracked the 100 hours of arc time. We're still have the machine on a hell of a lot more than we use it. Clearer with the cover up, awesome. I'll try to remember to put that up every time. I can see the reflection there, but I don't think that is the end of the world. We'll keep chugging around this part. Same deal, looks really good. Nothing weird happened. It was all just regular old welding. You can see it dip down a little bit there around that hole, but all in all, looks pretty nice. Just going to keep powering on with this part. I'm not going to bother too much trying to cool it down. We have almost welded the whole thing anyway. Got a couple of seams across the back here, here and here. G'day Jack. I go through the settings at the start of every stream, but I'm happy to go through them right now for you. I just got a little bit of a drip here that I'll take care of. Really good going around there. Just I overshot with the filler rod there. I will just have to hit that with the flap disc before it goes off to powder coat, unfortunately. Not quite sure why I did that. Just a lapse in attention for a second. So I'm welding these with a Kempe 235. It's a master TIG machine. The settings on this are just a straight current setting. So we just, this has an auto mode for the pre-flow and post-flow. Post-flow is looking at, or on that weld at least, it was 4.4 seconds. No pulse on these at all, straight current. This is a square wave setting. I'm using 130 Hertz and negative 33 on the AC balance with this machine, which is about 30% if you were going to compare that to a Miller or actually 39% on this machine is the equivalent to a 30% on a Miller or Everlast or something like that. The current, this is 2mm aluminium using a 2.4mm serrated tungsten, so a grey tungsten, and I'm using 120 amps with a foot pedal. Only other thing on this machine of note, I think, is I've changed the startup level down to 5%. I think the machine recommends 10. And I do have the antifreeze settings on here. So if I dip the tungsten, the current turns off on this machine. And then 15 amps is the minimum on the foot pedal there. And that's all the settings for this. I tend to weld at 110 to 115 beats per minute if you are trying to follow along with a metronome or something like that. When I stretch that, there we go. And anything else you want to know, just sing out, man. 7 litres a minute on the argon, straight argon, obviously. 5005 aluminium. I am using a gas lens. I'll get you here. Gas lens with a number 5 cup on a CK20, a water-cooled torch. you think we should normalize talking about travel time in beats per minute? My stream tonight is just over a little bit of a minute delay, so I heard myself back talking about travel speed in beats per minute. I think that should be the standard term rather than distance and time. I think beats per minute is the go. It's a 1.6 filler. Yeah, sorry, man. Yeah, 1.6 filler, 53, 56. Keep that bead profile so low. Yeah. It's a 2mm aluminium, so using a 2.4 filler just draws too much heat out of it. 1.6 is perfect. I do feed rather than dab. I have a part behind me actually. My helmet is tethered, so I can't just run off. But I'll grab this part where you can see the penetration. We'll get this back on. I think 1.6 is a good size filler for 2mm aluminium. So here you can see the penetration. So same settings, same travel speed, same everything, same material. That is the penetration that I'm getting on these parts with a 1.6mm filler. And the weld is about the same. What kind of machine do you have? Yeah, Unimig razor, no problems at all, man. You can definitely replicate this with that machine. I guess the other thing is the actual amperage, which is quite a lot lower than what I've got the machine set to. Obviously, we're running the foot pedal here. You can see the amps while I'm welding, but we're generally around that sort of 65 to 70 amps while we're actually welding here. But definitely worth, 100% worth having the the extra power behind the pedal. So this seam on the bottom here, I'm going to grab the pulse setting and just try and replicate that that seam that we did at the bottom here as I travel around here. There is a bit of a gap just where the fold is in it, but I'm sure we can navigate that okay. Helping a mate who is starting TIG welding, CK torch, and cannot get settled with the feel of it because it's too small. Chris, is that the issue? And I guess versus what I get, like going from like a 17 or a 26 gas cooled to a 20 water cooled would be is actually a hard thing to do, but yeah, that, like small torch is just it's perfect. It's perfect. Let's jump in here and flick back over to the pulse setting. So for me, it's profile number 3. We are still auto on the pre-flow and post-flow. We're using a 0.833 second pulse and a 45% on time. The parameters are the same, so square wave, 130 hertz, negative 33 on the AC balance. This has a max of 110 amps and I think like 20 amps min on the foot pedal, but we'll see how this goes. I don't normally do this weld with a pulse setting, but I'm just curious to see consistency and how it actually goes. I will just get a tack up here to seal up this hole, and then we'll just weld him out. Not too bad. One thing I didn't think about, and I should have, I didn't have any tacks along here, and I started to get a little bit of warping in this larger panel as I came through here, and you can sort of see it a little bit in that weld. Definitely looks a bit nicer than this one we did straight up, but it was just a nicer fit up and nicer positioning. Definitely didn't need to pulse that, but just wanted to do the experiment, and I'm glad that I did. And of course, right at the start, I could see the detergent boiling out of this tumbled part here. Hopefully, I keep saying it, but hopefully we're getting close to the end of these tumbled parts, and these laser cut parts for that matter. I know that there's at least one more of these tanks that's going to be a mix match of those parts, but God knows what's in all those tubs back there. But eventually, we will be 100% on the CNC cut, router cut in-house parts, and things will be a lot nicer. And I just saw a seam that I forgot about, so we've got one more weld to go. I thought we were done. It's the shape of them. Yeah, the original torch, I'm not a fan, but I guess you're just used to what you're used to, and that's totally cool. But yeah, the adjustment, especially if you're teaching someone, like the adjustment of the machine and the environment and all that shit all sort of adds up. But I think changing to a number 20, like if you're doing production work or a lot of work, you would never look back making the switch. Jack, you run 3mm sheet at 110 amps. Yeah, like it is just seat time, man. Like the machine really doesn't matter. Settings, you know, and I keep making a joke on this stream, like looking for the magical settings. There's no such thing. There's just seat time. My advice, if you want it or if it's worth anything, is get yourself a metronome. That consistency, like learning that dab move or whatever your process is outside of a pulse setting. I have videos on my channel if you want to dive in a little bit deeper. Getting comfortable. I asking questions, man. There's no such thing as a dumb question, especially in this stream. Yeah, I'll help you wherever I can. I don't know it all. I don't know much at all, actually, but I'm more than happy to answer any question that you want to throw at me. But yeah, 3 mil, man. 3 mil's like, compared to 2 mil or thinner, 3 mil is a dream to weld. But yeah, probably a 2.4 filler. 110 amps sounds good. If you're running a foot pedal, I'd probably squeeze that up to 130 or something and run a foot pedal. But practice, man, practice. All day, every day, practice. I was a good inch into that weld before I realised I was still on a pulse setting. Too far gone to abort and switch to straight current, but I think we did all right. The dabs are a little bit closer together than the rest of the outside, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm not a fan of pulse on the outside corner joints. I find that it undulates a little bit for me, and I'm just not a fan of that. I don't think I can get this camera down to see that, but not too bad, not too bad. I can't move this camera around too much because that cable wants to unplug every time I touch it. So there we go. We've got a, so this is a S14/S15 catch can. I actually have three versions of an S14 catch can right now, but this is the original one. Still pretty popular, but done a pretty good job getting around that one. I'm particularly happy with some of those first welds. We do need to go back and grind this this little dag off, unfortunately. But yeah, there are some really nice looking welds on this thing. I think we did a good job. I was just going to weld this one tonight. I was just going to make it a short stream since it's Friday. I did queue up another tank to weld in case we smash this one, but you know, it just is what it is. Looks fine. Thank you, Chris. I'll take it. Not a full-time job, just a side thing. Make you worth. I don't know. Is that an insult, or am I one of those half-assed fabricators on the internet? I won't take that. I won't take any offence to that. But yeah, man. For me, like I look at robots welding, and I'm trying to bridge the gap between there and there. I've been welding for a very long time, and I still feel like I have a very long way to go. Probably doesn't help that I don't do much variety. I just make these products and get sort of stuck in my box with what I weld. But the greatest thing that I ever did was turn a camera on and started welding live. It really made me feel like I improved, or if nothing else, made me think about what I was doing more and how I was presenting. I don't get to hide behind a Instagram filter or a specific angle. I would never put a fingerprinted, mismatched dag hanging picture up on Instagram, but here I am doing it live. where literally anyone on the planet can tune in and watch me weld this. That made me, I feel like that made me much better at welding these catch cans. 40 years for me, still learn new tricks. Yeah, I like Jody from Welding Tips and Tricks is like 4th graders teaching 3rd graders, or I think he says 5th graders teaching 4th graders. But with welding, and that's the draw for me. There's always a challenge, and even if you think you got something dialed, you can always change something and learn something else. Yeah, 40 years is a long time, man. I certainly haven't been welding for 40 years yet, but I will. I'll get there eventually. I'll get there eventually. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys. Chris, thank you for dropping in and being part of the stream. I really appreciate it. Jack, I hope we see you again, man. I hope you come along and jump into the stream in the future. I'm here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday every week, usually from about 5:30. I try and get here and I try and do an hour or two a night. Yeah, love to see you come by again. Absolutely, I appreciate that. Disgusting burnt. Yeah, I saw some of those today. It's tough, man. It's tough. There's just so many fabricators, and machines are getting cheaper and all that jazz. But I appreciate that you want to present yourself really well. That's admirable, and work hard, man. Work hard. But like I said, come here, ask questions. There's TIG Australia or whatever, TIG beginner TIG or something on Facebook. I'll find it and know it for next time. But it's a really good community there for asking questions too. YouTube, everything you want to know. But good on you, dude. Good on you. It's really good to hear. But yeah, so everybody who came along tonight, if you're here now or you popped in and left again, thank you so much for spending a little bit of your night with me on a Friday. That's super cool. I really appreciate it. Anyone who's going to watch this video after it was live, the VOD that goes up on YouTube, click that like button. If you are new and you haven't seen me before, or you like what I've got going on and you think you want to see what I'm doing in the future, hit the subscribe button. We're on the grind to 1,000 subscribers. There's a whole bunch of advertising features that YouTube lock behind 1,000 subscriber wall that really prevent me from getting this stream out to more people. That's the goal. So if you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe, and it makes me happy at the same time. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will be back on Tuesday 100% for, I don't know what we're welding, but it'll be a Supra or Skyline catch can, I dare say. And yeah, take it easy, and I'll see you on Tuesday.